All right. What up, Rick? You may be the only one in this bitch. I'm not expecting many people to join. But I'm gonna get into just what I'm expecting coming into this new week, news, and then goals for the group. All right. So let's get into it. First of all, market open has not happened yet, and we have a bank holiday this Monday with MLK Day. So we're not going to be trading Monday. Nothing to expect there, really. One thing that I have noticed immediately about this new week is on our last 4 hours, we respected this fair value gap on the 4 hour chart very, very well on ES, but didn't on NQ, making a bearish SMT. On the daily chart, there have been no gaps recently. We have continued to edge this daily gap above here, which is really, really interesting. Just make sure everything's showing. When will next CPI be? That's a good question. I believe we have NFP February 6th. So NFP February 6th, so CPI should be the week after. Yep, February 11th. Okay, cool. So, yeah. So we won't get to gamble for a little bit longer, sadly. But that's all right. Now is the time to really build up. So, speaking of goals, I have just taken out my second payout from Top Step. Let's see if that has actually gotten approved yet. I believe the funds are out of my thing now. Okay, so the funding has been approved, so now I'm waiting for risk, compliance, which is already good, and then they just, yeah. So my shit should be good in a minute. No more eligible accounts, obviously, because I just submitted them. See, I ended up taking out about, what is this math? 25, 36, 47, about $6,000, I believe, on the dot from Top Step. So that brings me up to 11K on the month in payouts from Top Step solely. I'm also trying to now this week get closer to a nice 5 or 6K payout on Tradeify as well. And then I have that Tradeify 150 that I'm trying to get money from. So that gap has never been... I know, I can't believe that this gap has been edged this many fucking times on the daily. Like, what are we talking about? I guess we're just never, ever going to hit that. But let's talk about some higher time frame targets, right? So, obviously, we wicked this gap really well on NQ. We also swept these lows and we're getting a reaction. But this SMT is very interesting to me, with Monday giving us nothing with the bank holiday. It's going to be interesting to see what our overnight session does. That's why I wanted to do this initially an hour later, so I could see what the overnight does. But here's what I'm expecting. Obviously, we sold off crazy on Friday. We made this huge leg, and then we came up, respected the equilibrium, and continued to sell off. What I'm expecting at open is a gap up by NQ, and then a fight, a push up to this 4 hour gap that we left behind, thus eliminating this SMT. Or, if we don't do that overnight, then I want to see these lows get hit on Monday or Tuesday overnight session, meaning right before we trade. These lows are my targets right now, and this gap is my target right now. I want to see us either just respect the SMT off the bat and bleed down to these lows, or I want to see us come up and respect and sweep this and actually tap the gap on NQ and then come down to these lows. But I'm without a doubt bearish. I think if we were bullish, then we would have came up and hit this gap by now, or at least taken out these highs. But, I mean, the fact that we edged these highs, and then the fact that on the bullish chart, you could see we're making, where's my fucking tool? You can see we're making lower lows and higher highs, which is a good sign for bullish structure on the daily chart. But with this weak sell-off in the last week, I would want to see us come back up and hit this gap finally this week if we do want to be bullish. So, on the daily chart, I am looking at this gap if we can be bullish in the next couple days. Maybe by Thursday or Friday we get that. But as for Monday night and Tuesday morning, I want to see what this gap can do. Can we respect it and hit these draws? Or can we inverse it and just start pumping and really starting to go for that daily gap early on? NQ looks really nice with the respect, so it's going to be hard to see NQ come back up here, which is why I'm thinking we're just going to sell off immediately to these lows. But that should be interesting. Because there is a bank holiday today, any more swing trades coming up? It's a good question. So I'll only be doing swing trades on the Dow, and I was actually going to get into that. So let me show you guys what I'm seeing here. So as you can see, on the Dow, we made these relative equal highs, and then we came and swept them out, right? So when we swept them out, we then respected and came down to this fair value gap that then got respected and started to get us longs towards this new high. Then, which I believe was mostly, this was news, I don't even know what this was. So now as you can see, we're respecting fibs, we're getting very nice retracements, everything like that on the hourly chart. We have a retracement of our own here. So what I want to see is the Dow pump at open and potentially look to take out this high and maybe even all-time highs, because I feel like we've just been edging all-time highs on the Dow. So overall, for the Dow, I am going to be entering bullish longs as soon as 6 p.m. happens. So that's going to be my swing trade. You know, it's going to be pretty tight of a stop loss. I don't want to see us get below this gap, and I want to see us come up and take out this high. So it'd be about a 2.6 RR trade. But definitely long on Dow just because, once again, we go on the hourly chart. We're making nice retracements from this whole move, and it looks like we just want to complete this sell model. So this is a retracement to then complete this sell model. So yeah, that's the Dow. Let's go back to NQ here. You reckon we might tank if Trump hits up Greenland? That's a good question. So, honestly, that's usually not much of my concern. I don't think we're going to fucking buy Greenland. And if the market tanks, as long as it doesn't tank during our session, I don't really care. It might. But, honestly, I really don't know. It's hard to tell with that current event shit because, you know, it's not like I'm the president. But all I would say is just if it does tank, then we'll just avoid the session and it'll be a day we don't trade. This is going to be a very interesting week with a bank holiday Monday, and then the day after a bank holiday, no red folder news. And then Wednesday, Trump speaking. And then Thursday, we get some GDP, we get some PMI Friday. So I'm not going to be able to trade Wednesday because I'm going to be in New York City. This will be the last time that happens, by the way, for probably until maybe the summer. So I have been, you know, a little inactive because I've been busy during this winter break with that stuff. But Monday, obviously, we're not trading. Tuesday could be tricky. Very tricky, and I'm not expecting amazing volume. And then Wednesday, I won't be on. Thursday and Friday, I'm going to be live for you guys, and this is where we're going to make our money for the week. I think Thursday and Friday are going to be banger days. We'll get some volume. We'll get some good moves. Sit on our hands for the start of the week, and then be patient, see what we could get. So those are the days that I'm really looking for in terms of news. And then last things last, you know, like I said, these targets are down here. Can we complete this sell model on NQ? That's what I want to see. So swing position, Dow longs. NQ, I want to see what we do with this 4-hour gap, and if we just bleed off to these draws over Monday and Tuesday morning, then we could get some sell continuations. ES looks very bearish. It already respected the gap, making that SMT on the 4-hour. And overall, yeah, I like this a lot. And yeah, now I'll answer a couple questions, and then we'll get the fuck out of here. Yeah, literally, I am Mr. Morgan. AMP Broker, I tried to get a live account with them. They fucking hoed me for 2 weeks straight trying to get more data from me or get more documents, like confirming that I exist as a human being. Kept on hoeing me, and then finally said, all right, we're just not going to let you get an account. Most annoying process of my entire life. However, a lot of the dudes I trade with or that I know in like group chats use AMP for their live and said that they love it and there hasn't been any issues. So maybe I just got a really shitty experience. I've been so unlucky with live account experiences lately. Like Tradeovate, just my account got deleted randomly. AMP, they didn't let me, and then I got one with Tasty Trade. It was the only one that would let me because I was fucking 19. I get one with Tasty Trade, and my shit starts entering positions without, like, just out of nowhere without me. Entered me in, like, 40-time margin, which it usually wouldn't even allow me to do. Wouldn't let me exit, and blew, like, 10K real money of my money. I swear to God. So I don't even know what to say about live accounts anymore, bro. I've been so unlucky with them that I stick to swing trading them now because I'm not gonna scalp and trade how I do. I just don't trust them anymore. Very fucking annoying. Yeah, no, I was thinking of suing them. And then I reached out to their customer support with no answer, but I was like, whatever, 10K is fucking nothing to me, so I'll be good. But yeah, this leg is very interesting here. As I said, we're respecting equilibrium on the last day of the week. This gap is going to be a huge holder, and yeah, all right, any other questions, or should we all just go and enjoy our 3-day weekend? No trading tomorrow. Please do not even look at the charts. I don't even know if price action will be happening or not, and I don't know if 6 p.m. I think will happen, like Asia session and gold and NQ will be moving, gold especially. So if you like gold and how gold moves and you're confident in price action, then maybe you could try to get a trade on gold tonight, but definitely don't be on all of Monday. And then Tuesday, I won't be able to go live, but I will be texting you guys in the premium trading chat, kind of like what I did with General on Friday, where I said we just hit a 4-hour gap and swept hourly internal lows. Could be great long soon, like some shit like that. I'll call it out to you guys and be like, hey, we're hitting this level. This is good. I want to see this type of thing, just so that I'm not feeding you guys a signal, but you understand, what I'm looking for. I don't want to live stream every single day because I don't want you guys to become reliant on me if I'm not able to trade for a day. You know what I mean? I don't want you guys to be fucked. I want you guys to master my system, master how to execute, but also be there to see me execute it and for me to be there for you to ask questions to at any time. I feel like that is the perfect balance. So yeah, that's the plan, and thank you guys for hopping on the call. I'm gonna be posting this for the rest of the Discord, or the rest of the premium Discord. Pretty simple analysis. Let's get into it. Let's have a great fucking week. I'll be on Tuesday, and then Thursday, Friday, I'm live, and we'll fucking bank. All right, boys? Let's have a good fucking weekend, all right? I'll catch you guys later. Let's do it.